Have you ever wondered why some people remain unshakable in chaos, while others lost their cool at the slightest criticism? The wisdom I'm about to share could be the game changer you've been searching for. What if I told you that the ability to totally master your emotions, not your intelligence or talent, truly determines your path in life? Stick around, because this might just be the most important lesson you'll learn today. Think about the last time you lost your cool. How did it impact your decision-making? Was it worth it? The truly strong souls have long moved beyond emotions. While the weak are quick to anger like tigers, the strong remain calm like water. The poet John Milton once said that a person who can control their passions, desires, and fears is greater than a king. Often, what determines the direction of your life isn't intelligence or talent, but your ability to manage your emotions. The weak typically become slaves to their feelings, while the strong have learned to transcend them. Your emotional maturity shapes your destiny. Have you noticed how the most successful people you admire seem to have this supernatural ability to stay cool under pressure? Zhuangzi, the ancient Chinese philosopher, taught that the ideal state of a person is to receive respect without excessive joy and face insults without anger. Only when you take things lightly and maintain calm and rationality when facing situations can you live freely in this world. Let me tell you about Han Xin, one of the most famous generals in Chinese history. He wasn't just known for his military brilliance, but for his incredible emotional control. Orphaned at a young age, he frequently faced discrimination and cold treatment. One day, a large butcher saw Han Xin wearing a sword and, thinking he was a coward, wanted to humiliate him. The butcher said, "Either crawl between my legs or kill me." Han Xin, knowing he was alone and had no chance of winning, chose to crawl between the butcher's legs, enduring ultimate humiliation. He then left amid the mocking laughter of the crowd. But here's where the story gets interesting, and where we can all learn something profound about playing the long game with our emotions. Despite this humiliation, Han Xin rose through the ranks, and within just a few years became a great general leading millions of soldiers, winning every battle he fought. By swallowing his pride temporarily, he avoided a dangerous conflict and preserved himself for future greatness. What short-term emotional satisfaction are you chasing right now that might be sabotaging your long-term success? In life, many people facing sudden difficulties either retreat in fear or lose control in anger. In the end, the problem remains unsolved, and they themselves get hurt. Emotions are our greatest enemies in life. We must learn to control them. But staying calm in difficulty doesn't mean having no emotions. It means not letting emotions control your mind. Even facing storms, you must maintain inner stillness. Modern science backs this up completely. Studies show that emotional regulation activates your prefrontal cortex, the brain's command center, while reducing activity in your amygdala, your emotional alarm system. This literally makes you smarter in the moment, giving you access to higher thinking when others are stuck in fight or flight mode. It's like having a superpower that most people don't realize exists within them. Here's something to consider. When someone attacks you verbally, what's your typical first response? Does it serve you well? When facing attacks from others, responding strongly only prolongs the issue. Instead, maintain a steady attitude, like oil and water that don't mix. The weak are easily angered like tigers. The strong remain calm like water. Truly capable people are masters of emotional control. They don't allow themselves to become too happy or too sad. Don't consider yourself too important, and negative emotions won't arise. Speaking of not taking yourself too seriously, there's a fascinating story that perfectly illustrates this point. Zhuangzi once said, "A person who doesn't consider themselves too important cannot be angered by anyone." He told a story about a man named Shi Chengqi who heard that Laozi had extraordinary wisdom and traveled far to meet him. Upon arrival, seeing Laozi's messy home like a rat's nest, he was disappointed and said, I heard you were a great sage, so I traveled hundreds of miles to meet you, only to find you living like a rat. Laozi didn't react. Shi Chengqi left, but feeling remorseful for his rudeness, returned the next day to apologize. Laozi calmly said, "What sage? That's just an empty title I abandoned long ago. Whether you call me an ox, horse, or rat means nothing. I am still me." In life, many problems can't be solved just by getting angry. Lowering your ego and not considering yourself too important prevents things from making you unnecessarily angry. What's something small that consistently triggers your anger that might not be worth your energy? As the poet Lu Li said, consider yourself like mud. If you always see yourself as a pearl, you'll always be in pain when buried. According to Buddhism, an important task in life is to break the attachment to self. Don't place too much importance on yourself. Many people appear strong on the outside but lack firm inner convictions. Because they place too much importance on themselves, they're easily influenced by others' emotions and cannot see through to their true selves. Let's talk about the power of stillness, which is almost like a superpower in our chaotic, always-on world. Zhuangzi taught that great virtue isn't seen in flowing water, but in still water. Stillness leads to stopping. He taught that those who can control their emotions will know how to stop wandering thoughts and unnecessary mental waste. Only then can they keep their minds peaceful, focus on work, and solve the complex problems of life. However, many people, when facing the darkest moments of life, let their emotions explode to the point of being consumed by negative feelings. Take Zhang Fei, a general from the Three Kingdoms period. His death was truly regrettable. If after hearing about Guan Yu's death, Zhang Fei hadn't lost control of his emotions, hadn't gotten drunk and vented his anger on his soldiers, perhaps he wouldn't have met the tragic end of being assassinated by his subordinates. Can you recall a time when losing your cool actually made a bad situation even worse? Zhang Fei was undeniably capable, but no matter how talented, he ultimately died because he couldn't control his emotions. A person who cannot control their emotions, regardless of their talent, cannot succeed. Uncontrolled emotions only make people lose their rationality and themselves. Conversely, controlling emotions helps people maintain calmness and achieve self-fulfillment. During the Qing dynasty, the famous minister Zheng Guofan was once insulted without cause over a matter of teaching children. One day, while traveling, his sedan chair carried by 4 people met the 8-person sedan of another official in a narrow alley. This is like the ancient equivalent of a modern road rage incident, something we can all relate to. Picture it like 2 cars meeting in a narrow street where only one can pass, except with the social dynamics of rank and face-saving at play. It's exactly why we sometimes lose it when someone cuts us off in traffic today. The other official, seeing the 4-person sedan, assumed a lower-ranking official was inside and used the excuse of not giving way. His sedan bearers, without saying a word, pulled Zheng Guofan out of his sedan and slapped him. When the official saw that the person pulled out was Zheng Guofan, a higher-ranking official than himself, he was terrified and quickly got out of his sedan, bowing to apologize. Faced with such unreasonableness, Zheng Guofan didn't get angry. Instead, he helped the other official up and smiled, saying, "It was my sedan that blocked your way, great sir. I don't blame you, I don't blame you." What would change in your relationships if you responded to insults with genuine calm rather than defensive anger? When facing people and things that irritate you, Zheng Guofan chose to laugh it off, rather than dwell in negative emotions or nurture thoughts of revenge. Such people can quickly adjust themselves, both winning others' goodwill and saving time and energy for things they desire to do. Emotional control isn't just a moral quality, but wisdom in life. Those who can control their emotions will keep their minds peaceful, from which wisdom arises. With wisdom, people can grasp life. Sometimes our emotional instability comes from having too narrow a perspective. Let me share a story that might completely change how you view conflicts. Zhuangzi told a story about someone crossing a river by boat. The person saw another boat about to crash into them and angrily cursed at the person steering that boat. But when they got closer, they discovered it was an empty boat with no one inside. Immediately, the anger disappeared. What made them angry wasn't the boat hitting them, but whether there was someone on that boat. What hurts you isn't just the event itself, but depends on how you perceive and react to it. Have you ever gotten mad at something only to later realize you completely misunderstood the situation? How did that feel? Whether you get angry or upset doesn't depend on the event itself, but on the person you're facing. You think, how can there be such a person in the world? This person dares to ignore me. This person wants to hurt me. Unacceptable. I won't be polite to them. And then emotions explode. But in a big forest, there are many birds. In this world, you'll meet all kinds of quirky people. If you keep dwelling on them, it will never end. Zhuangzi said, "Don't argue. Don't try to explain right and wrong to the secular world. In life, you cannot avoid meeting people and things that displease you. Just laugh it off and let it go." Now, let's get practical. I want to share 4 powerful methods that I personally use every day to eliminate negative emotions and reduce the chance of losing your temper. First, don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt your abilities. Don't obsess over bad experiences from the past. Stop overthinking. Don't focus on terrible things, the trivial, meaningless things of the past. Today's big issue will just be a small matter tomorrow. Things that once made you cry, now you can laugh about when telling the story. It's like holding a cup. If you keep holding it, you'll feel tired. Is it the cup making you tired? No, it's because you won't put it down. Just put the cup down, and that's it. What emotional cup are you refusing to put down right now? What would happen if you finally set it down? When others talk behind your back, what you need to do is just live your way. You can't control other people's mouths. They talk until their throats are dry, then they buy water themselves. No need for you to worry. Never argue with fools. It's like arguing with a madman. Even if you win, even if you fight until blood flows, you know he's mad. Yet you still argue with him. So who's really the mad one? When pressure weighs you down, learn to relax. Live like a normal person with 3 meals a day. Not like a machine working from early morning until late night. How often do you give yourself permission to truly relax without feeling guilty about it? When others badmouth you behind your back, when they say you can't do it, just live your way. No need to argue with petty people, and no need to compete with talented ones. How you live has nothing to do with them. As the saying goes, those on different paths cannot make plans together. By not fighting with petty people, you've already succeeded in eliminating 40% of negative emotions. Second, don't demand things from others. You must understand that no one, including family, friends, or lovers, will act according to your wishes unconditionally. If you want others to listen to you, you must bring them proportional benefits. This is essentially the law of reciprocity, one of the most powerful forces in human psychology. Studies show we're hardwired to want to return favors and maintain balanced relationships. When you provide value first without expectation, people naturally want to give back to you. It's why free samples work so well in marketing and why genuine givers often end up winning in the long run. The rule of this world is, effort determines ability. Ability determines value, and value determines attraction. Before you have enough value, don't expect anyone to do as you wish. Lower your expectations of others and increase requirements for yourself. Look within and enhance your self-worth to make others come to you. Then you'll feel happier. This way, you'll reduce another 20% of negative emotions. What value are you currently bringing to the relationships where you feel most disappointed or underappreciated? Third, Face things you don't want to do and unreasonable requests from others, regardless of who they are. Look directly at them with cold, determined eyes and firmly say, "I don't want to do it." When you push them back, next time they won't dare treat you as weak. For example, an old friend says, "We're organizing a class gathering. Everyone must contribute 500,000 VND. You answer, "I don't want to participate." And if they say, "No, you must participate," you firmly refuse. "I'm not going, so what?" Never mind if they're happy or not. What matters is that you're happy. What's one boundary you need to set this week? How might your life improve if you actually enforce it? Or a colleague who always asks for favors like, "Help me pick up my package," or "Buy me milk tea," but never shows gratitude. With such people, be straightforward in refusing, "I don't do errands." Never mind if they're happy or not, as long as you're happy. You should also understand that your life is your own, not for living for others. Only with a bit of selfishness can you find more joy. Learn to refuse others. Your life is already hard enough. You don't have time to worry about others. You don't need to bend yourself or please anyone. Don't try to do everything for others. Just do what makes you happy and love those you truly love. When you focus only on things and people you care about, you'll grow stronger because you've learned to focus. Don't waste energy on others. The more submissive you are, the worse your mood will be. You haven't finished your own business yet. Why worry about others? Finally, here's a practice that might sound a bit woo-woo at first, but I promise you it's backed by science and has transformed my own ability to manage emotions. Fourth, this is a very useful method that I practice every day. Learn to meditate. Every day, just spend 45 minutes finding a quiet place, sitting cross-legged, placing both hands on your thighs, relaxing from head to toe. Use your awareness to feel and eliminate all tangled thoughts. During this time, try to imagine your mind as empty. Whatever thoughts or images appear, just observe and recognize them without trying to push them away. After 45 minutes, you'll find yourself extremely comfortable and your mind remarkably clear. Have you ever tried meditation? If not, what's stopping you from giving it just 5 minutes today as a starter? I've practiced meditation for many years, and through it, I can face all problems in life calmly and smoothly. It helps me develop strong, logical thinking. Think carefully about these words. They may seem to have little reasoning, but they're truly effective. Life can sometimes be tiring. When you feel tired and exhausted, unable to control yourself, wanting to complain to others, remember, become someone who isn't controlled by emotions. Don't go everywhere complaining, as that only makes others look down on you. Don't easily believe what others say. Not everyone has good intentions toward you. They might just see you as a joke and spread your stories everywhere. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with some final thoughts on the power of emotional mastery and how it can truly transform not just your mind, but your entire life. Don't place too many expectations on anyone. In this world, the only person you can rely on is yourself. Whoever speaks ill of you behind your back, let them be. It doesn't matter. You only need to care about your present and future. Don't let trivial matters trouble you. Not everyone has to like you or understand you. Of course, you shouldn't easily give opinions to others either. Each person is a product of their environment. There's a saying, "Don't interfere with others' karma." That's the meaning. Don't lose your temper casually because not only does it not solve problems, but it also harms your own health. If a relationship makes you feel tired, end it immediately. Don't make things difficult for yourself. Life is short. Remember, later use your strength to speak the truth. Poor in the East Market, no one asks. Rich in the mountains, relatives abound. The stupidest thing in the world is wanting to reason with others when you're still weak. Always remember, when positions differ, speak less. And when awareness is unequal, don't argue or justify. If views don't match, step back and stay away. What one change in how you handle your emotions could make the biggest positive impact on your life right now? Throughout your life, emotions determine mindset. Mindset determines fate, and fate determines life. Don't let your heart be disturbed. Don't let emotions control you. Only when you control your emotions can you control your life. Someone once said, "A depressed soul can kill you faster than bacteria." Often life becomes gloomy just because of something small, like missing a train or arguing with someone. If you don't know how to control feelings of self-pity, anger, and resentment, negative energy will multiply, swallowing your positive energy. The writer Jin Yong once said, "Deep feelings don't show, because letting emotions loose too much will consume your life force." Whatever problem you encounter, always stay calm. Keep your heart peaceful, neither hot-tempered nor hasty. Meet a mountain, make a road. Meet water, build a bridge. In life, there's no hopeless situation. I hope you can adjust your emotions skillfully so that wherever your eyes look, it's always filled with warmth. The first ray of sunshine in the morning shines on our foreheads, reminding us that a new day has begun. Life is only once, cannot be known in advance, and cannot be returned to, like a one-way ticket with no return journey. We enter the journey of life, viewing the scenery along the way. No matter how painful or tiring, we must live well. Life is like a play on stage. We are the main characters, acting out scenes of joy, anger, love, and hatred. All bitterness and sweetness are seasonings for our lives. Feel every moment with all your heart to make every second brilliant. Each day in life is a precious gift we need to cherish, not wasting this short time. Use our passion and courage to pursue dreams, love life, and feel the beauty of each moment.